up, everybody? I'm Rizzo.
I'm Zero.
And I'm DK. On this episode of Anime Reaction, we sat and laughed our asses off through the 5th episode of Nanbaka.
Please support the official release.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled idiots.
Ding.
If you want to check out our reaction to the 5th episode of Nanbaka, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you'd like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga. Don't forget to like and share our videos. And thanks for watching.
So, on this episode of Nanbaka, we continue. And note that I don't say conclude, but continue with the New Year's games.
Which I have no problem with.
I think you're being this funny.
Normally I'd be annoyed by spending this many episodes on something this dumb, but
now
this out of place, I guess.
Or disconnected from the plot.
But this is really fucking hilarious.
If next episode ends up being a two-parter of itself,
Okay, then
I'll start getting annoyed by it.
Because we should be heading to the final event, and the previews to be believed. There's going to be a big, nasty confrontation between Jugo, our main character, and a real big baddie coming down the pike.
Right.
Which I'm not sure is on our. Actually, I think it's Musashi.
Musashi?
No.
Maybe.
Anyway.
We'll find out for sure.
But yeah, so we pick up where we left off with Uno going against, let's see, it was Honey and
Toi?
Toi? Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Toi, yeah.
Anyway,
Try.
so yeah, he was going against them in the 100 Phrases game. And he turned the tables because instead of just cheating, he learned their tales.
Under tells.
Because everybody has their tells.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Honey had a lean to the right, so he was fast. I'm sorry. Lean.
Left, right?
Lean to the right.
Right.
His left.
Our right, not yours, obviously.
And he usually pointed things out with his middle finger.
Yeah, there was one more. I can't remember what the first one was. Anyway, he had one more. And then the other guy, he would, I know blinking was one of them. He would blink once if it was a near card,
Then
twice if it was a far away card.
And he'd always open his mouth at things to. He would open his mouth to things to the right, and close his mouth on things to the left.
Yeah. Anyway, basically, he used his extreme reflexes to see when he saw their tails, he would just instantly swipe for the card that they were going for, and won the game.
Handedly. So, as Cellblock 13 has been doing all tournament long.
And those magnificent that magnificent censorship.
Oh my god.
Put that nasty thing away.
Oh,
Women aren't gonna like you.
Even if you are smart.
That was hilarious.
Oh my god.
First of many moments like it though, just
this episode and the snarky fourth wall jokes and just oh my god.
This is my kind of comedy. It is like the directors and the writers just like raided part of my brain while I was asleep, give it a quick scan, and decided to make an anime on the findings. It's crazy as hell, but just so chock full of fourth wall jokes and references to other media properties. It's just like, oh, I'm absolutely loving it.
Speaking of other media properties.
Anyway, so the second game, which I guess is actually the final game, is the biggest game of Beyblade ever.
Goals.
Maybe. There was a match done in a Coliseum.
I don't know. This is a really big ass stadium. Like,
And it was a really big Coliseum.
Like someone recreated giant Beyblade for real?
no.
No, in the actual
Beyblade
Beyblade movie.
In the actual
Let it rip!
Yeah.
And on the actual show.
In the actual show, there was a fight that was done in a coliseum, and the main character was fighting against a guy who used a fucking sword as his ripcord.
Cool.
That's the only reason why I remember that one specific scene, because I wanted that sword.
Anyway, yeah, it's basically spinning tops. First team whose top stops spinning or gets destroyed loses.
Now, the tops...
They're about the size of our apartment block.
Yeah, maybe not that big.
All right,
They're about the size of our living room.
They were certainly big.
They're massive.
Like,
I would not want to get hit by one.
Yeah.
No. But so...
Nor would I want to touch one while it's spinning.
yeah.
Yeah.
This makes my hand hurt thinking about what Hajime had to do. Anyway, so yeah, so cell block 13 putting forward Hajime. Well, actually, all the blocks put forward their supervisors. But so we had Hajime and Nico.
Hajime was forced.
Hajime was voluntary.
Hajime was forced, and Nico volunteered without approving it with anybody.
Yeah.
That entrance,
But
though.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
It was also 3 against 2, because nobody else from cell block 13 stepped in.
Oh, that sounds familiar. To the last match. Anyway, yeah, so they're going up against Goku. No, that's really his name.
Yeah.
Goku.
Yep, Goku Simon.
Yeah, Simon Goku.
The moronic monkey.
Yeah, the moronic monkey.
The butt monkey.
And
And
what I can only describe as Chaozu meets a zombie.
yeah, so it was Chi. Well, so one of them was Chi, and that was the chemist guy
Yeah.
who didn't actually fight. He just jumped out of the match and went to sleep.
And then Upa. That's the little
Upa is the
Chaozu clone's name.
little zombie. I mean,
Jianshi.
But and also like stretch out Chaozu, because Chaozu was always stuck at like this tall.
tiny.
Actually reminds me of Hisenko from Darkstalkers. Actually, that's exactly what he's dressed up as, too, so.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, basically you get an actual fight with those because, well, duh.
What the hell? It's just like a battle anime.
Pretty much.
From the preview.
But oh my
yeah.
god, this fight
during
scene.
that fight. Well, first of all, I do want to talk about when they're introducing everybody, and you get the announcer introducing Hajime as the gorilla of Cell Block 13, and he's like, "I'm not a gorilla," and then you get someone doing a really high pitched laugh, and then it introduces someone as the idiotic monkey, and he's like, "Wait, that just means I'm an idiot." And then Hajime comes back with the exact same laugh.
It hit you so suddenly. The timing was so perfect. There was no indication, whatsoever that Hajime was going to pull a move like that. Just, oh my god. The timing and the impact of the joke made it one of the funniest moments possibly of this year for me.
To be completely honest, like after that, I was laughing so hard I didn't even get the other two's introduction.
I didn't care at that point. I was laughing my ass off.
The other two were the
Peacock.
the pheasant guy and
the dog.
And the dog guy. But they were fighting each other in a separate battle going on at the same time.
So honestly, who cares?
Yep. But yeah, and then the fight itself, which was hilarious, because you got Nico going around the entire time trying to get
the Upa to teach him any sort of martial arts.
Well, how to fly originally, but then just wanted to be his
His disciple.
Yeah, disciple.
Especially after seeing his Kamea.
His Kamehameha.
Kamehameha wave.
But yeah, and you get a hilarious point where basically it shows the other three like they're watching, and then they're like, "Oh crap, we better get ready." And
wait,
it doesn't
what?
show what they're doing. And then they come in, and basically each of them has a different method to censor what Nico is saying and doing. So we have Jugo, who has a little noisemaker kind of
like a bullhorn.
yeah, like a bullhorn type thing that makes beeping noises because he's in charge of beeping out things that they can't say on the air.
And then you had Uno,
Who had the
the
little black
paddle.
circles, little black paddles,
Little visual censorship.
yeah, to censor stuff.
And then you had Rock in charge of pixelation. Yeah, just in case.
I like how he's like holding it and it's like censoring basically his chest.
Yeah. But damn it, Rock, why'd you have to put that image in my head?
It was so funny.
It was
I was
so
laughing
funny.
so hard that I have a headache now.
I'm actually starting to get a little bit of a headache too. Laughing more on this damn thing.
but my god, all the quirky little references in this episode just
I know. I mean, first Common Riders and bonus points, I guess, to me. It's seeing the theme song of the original series, and like half a scene later, Nico, Rider check.
So yeah, you get the Kamen Rider reference, you get the Dragon Ball reference, you get
the G Gundam reference at the end.
I actually was very surprised at the G Gundam reference because that one is one that I
did not expect.
did not expect, and that's why for me that one's my best moment of this episode.
That was a good one. That is for sure.
Because I mean, G Gundam's been controversially made a joke because of its story.
Because of the Danish Gundams. That's
No, I'm pretty sure it's because of the story and how fantastic everything was. But I mean, it's a weird set of Gundam stuff. So that's why the erupting burning finger was a huge surprise to me.
Oh, yeah.
It even had the King of Hearts and everything. Fucking brilliant.
And then, of course, Hajime beats down some of them.
Oh.
And then tosses their top out of the arena.
Just no big deal, like he's taking out the garbage. Damn. Impressive.
I really wanted to see what happened when someone went to go jab him 1,000 times or whatever. He just stands there.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to know what happened there because those dents are nowhere near him.
Right?
You see, the gravitational field generated by his balls deflected the rod, and that's why the blows landed so far away from him. There's a gravitational slingshot made out of sheer testicular fortitude.
Anyway, so it shows a little bit of the other fight, but the only really important thing there is that the dog guy won.
Yeah, so Kenshiro.
He wants to exact revenge upon Building 13.
Because reasons.
Which we will see next episode.
Because he was the runner-up last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, reasons.
And then, of course, we get our weekly dose of...
We got a double dose of Momo this time around.
It was really cute, but I also have to point out the hilarity of using 3 different languages.
Yep. The cringe.
So it had her dream version of Hajime speaking English, which was actually pretty good.
It's
And
very
then
good
she
English.
returns with French.
She returns with French, which was actually pretty good. And then later we see Hajime speak a little bit of Spanish.
One word.
Hey! But
It's hilarious.
yeah, I actually do have to point out a slight gripe I actually have, and with the moment of Momo, it kind of feels like it's following a formula and kind of settling in as like just a running gag, not necessarily a memorable one. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of variety would freshen it up. It's still adorable as hell, though. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's like again, you know, I gotta find something to nitpick it on, man. Jeez. But overall, this episode was, in terms of comedic value, magnificent. Absolutely hilarious from start to finish.
Amazing.
Probably the funniest episode of the season.
Quite possibly, yeah.
I can probably agree with that one.
Maybe of
We'll see how the rest of the season works.
Maybe of our year so far. I mean, damn, it's up there.
That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's gonna do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo. See you next time.
Go ahead and click on my face if you want to go to our Otaku Saga Talks First Impressions Fall 2016 Part 1.
Click on my face if you want to check out OS Gaming, our gaming channel.
And click on the waifu if you'd like to subscribe to Otaku Saga and check out our new and improved Patreon page.